Well, YouTube, I bought a conversion van. Actually, my wife and I bought it. And so my wife and me and our teenager are planning on hitting the road once in a while. We've been looking for a conversion van for literally years, and we finally found one that we like. We've actually been looking for one pre-COVID, and then with COVID here, we definitely have been looking really hard for a van or a small camper or something. Right now we've been traveling in our 2007 Honda Pilot, which is absolutely a wonderful vehicle. We love the thing. But for me, my wife, the teenager, Dakota the big white Great Pyrenees, and Zoe the little Australian Shepherd, all five of us in a Honda Pilot is quite cramped. And we have gone up to Montana back in October of 2020, and we did it. It wasn't that bad, but we had to tent camp, of course, because we can't spend the night in a Honda Pilot. So we're gonna give this a whirl, see if a van works for us for camping. So the thing with this one is it has a wheelchair lift in it. So we need to get that taken out because we can't put down the couch, the sofa in the back. You know, it doesn't make into a bed with the wheelchair lift in the way. Also, we don't need a wheelchair lift. My plan is to scrape off the stickers here. And then I'm gonna pull out the electric lift today. There it goes. There it goes. Wow. That is a heck of a motor on that thing. That is huge. Wow. Come out here and grab that arm. I think it's for you to grab, probably.
Yeah.
Oh my word. I'm hot.
Right? The cold breeze isn't as strong as it was earlier either. So.
I took the van in for new tires yesterday. I went with these Toyo tires, Open Country AT3. It looked like I had a good bite to them. Nice good tread in there. I went with a light truck tire too because I want the heavier ply. It was just regular passenger tires on this thing. And a street tread that was absolutely worthless. I actually got stuck right here in my yard. This yard has no slope, and as you can see, the tires didn't even dig in. I was just sitting on top of the ground spinning. But I was stuck. I mean, that's not even a hole or a rut or sinking in or nothing. The tire was literally just sitting on top of the dirt spinning. Sheesh. So, yeah, I was like, we gotta have new tires on it. And they were looking a little weather checked. On the old ones, they were starting to separate right here on this line, and there were some other cracks and stuff, you know, kind of coming down through it. I was like, I don't know if I want to go very far on those. So put these on. Cost a pretty penny to do, but you know, definitely worth it if we don't have a blowout on the road and if we don't get stuck anymore. Took it out last night, went down to the local lake and drove through some mud, and it went fine. So I think they're going to be awesome tires. Also, the van rides much better. I was a little worried about going up to the light truck tires because, you know, they're thicker sidewalls and all that, so they don't absorb the bumps as well. But the van is actually a lot more stable. It doesn't kind of like, it doesn't do the whole, you know, float side to side thing on the road anymore. It's still, the van floats over bumps up and down just fine, but it got rid of a lot of that side wobble. So much better going with these tires. And Dakota is very impressed with the tires, aren't you? Hey, we're not going anywhere right now, buddy. He is so excited to get on the road. He's like, let's go. Anytime this door open, he's in. But anyway, we got stuff laying everywhere, including the dog. Dog 1, and you gonna get into Zoe? Dog 2. We threw a rug down in here. We just went to Walmart and bought a cheapo rug that they had, and it fits almost perfectly. The only place it doesn't fit is in that back wheel well, hits that corner. But we could pull it forward a couple inches too, and you know, it wouldn't be up on that wheel well quite as much, but it's fine. Yeah, so we got some junk laying in here because we're throwing in all our camping gear and we're hoping to head out tonight. But before we do that, I am working on this up here. I got a disaster going on. The console fell off, and the previous owner told us about that. You know, they're like, well, I can't really hide that, and not a big deal. But these plastic tabs up here broke off. They go onto these bolts here. So by looking over the design here, show you upside down, but I think with this lip here, I can just go over to my CNC plasma table and cut me out like a 3-hole doohickey that I can put a couple screws in right here, I think, because I think there's going to be plenty of room to clear under here with a couple screws, and then come up with a loop and do that all out of a piece of sheet metal. And so anyway, I'm just trying to figure out some measurements right now, trying to get that bolted on real quick so we can hit the road, and we're going to try camping in this thing tonight. And here at the back of the van, we're trying to figure out how we want to do stuff. We bought 2 different size totes here with the couch folding down into a bed. We had to figure out which size tote would fit. And when we measured, we thought this one would fit, but it is actually about 3/4 of an inch too tall. So it's a good thing we grabbed the shorter one, because this one fits under the couch no problem. So yeah, we're gonna try all sleeping in the van, just see if we can do it. But we got to take in the tent just in case we get on each other's nerves, you know what I mean? I did not fix the console like I want. Yeah, I put some washers on the big broken out spots, and it's there. That's all I can say about it for now, but at least it's kind of back together, out of our way. We gotta get going. My day has gotten away from me. By the time I check this van over and did a bunch of other stuff, we gotta get scooting. I don't have time to mess around with it at the moment, so we'll get back to that later. And the dogs are very patiently waiting still. They're like, let's go already. We finally got on the road pretty late in the afternoon, well, almost evening, and we went up to Webster Lake and spent the night. Pretty nice little place, and I have to say I did a terrible job of vlogging about our first night out. As in, I only took a couple pictures and one quick video clip of the dog. But we made it through the night just fine. Pretty nice night, actually. Oh, she was out, and she heard you. Rough life, doggies. We did learn some things, such as cooking off the back bumper of the van is not going to work for us. We got to come up with a better solution. But when we woke up in the morning, it was fairly breezy, and where we were at on the lake was kind of exposed. Wind was whipping through there. But we decided we wanted some walking trails, and there's not very many walking trails at Webster Lake, so we decided to change locations and go down to Cedar Bluff, which is a very nice lake with some good walking trails. So we packed up and hit the road once again and went down to Cedar Bluff. Shot of the rock across the road.
Yep.
Since this is my first travel video, I really don't know how much to show of the vehicle going down the road. You know, showing the road go by in life. When I watch van life videos, I actually really like those scenes of seeing the road go by. So please be sure to go down in the comments and let me know if you like watching the road go by, or if you just want to see it from destination to destination and don't care about the traveling in between.
The doggo. Doggo. Dakota. Hi. What you doing? You like your...
We made it down to the actual bluffs of Cedar Bluff. These are some really nice, tall limestone cliffs. I believe they're about 80 foot tall. Evergreens, specifically cedar trees all around. That's why it's called Cedar Bluff. Gorgeous little place to go back and do some hiking. See if I can drop my phone in this wind. It's a couple feet up there. But the wind kept getting stronger and stronger as the day went on, and we were getting into the mid 40s with the wind gusts, like 46, 43 mile an hour. It was getting pretty darn strong, and really just no longer enjoyable to be out in that weather. Kansas is known for its wind. It's always windy here, so I'm used to it, but you know, when you're hitting 45 mile an hour winds, it's just not fun. I don't care if you're used to it or not. So we spent a whole bunch of time driving around all the campsites on the lake trying to find some place out of the wind. We found this spot here that was decent, but even at that, we still just didn't want to be outside. It was really becoming a hassle to cook. We found ourselves just sitting in the van staring at each other, and we decided that there really was no reason to just sit here and be miserable. You know, the whole point of having this van and going around and enjoying the weekends or whatever days we have off is because we want to enjoy those days, right? Like, if we're not having fun at the lake, why be there? Just go back home. So that's what we decided to do, just go home. And that was actually a really good decision. We didn't have the van set up quite right. You know, we had a lot to learn. It was our first outing. We'd spent one night in it. We kind of knew what we needed to change already, so we really weren't looking forward to the second night because we knew we needed to make some changes. And I'd also like to add that we decided we're going to go ahead and put a TV in this van. When I go out camping, I like to be away from technology, but being trapped in the van in this wind just kind of proved that we need some form of entertainment. You can only play card games so long. There's really not a place to play board games in here. You know, we were all tired just from traveling all day. We all just wanted to sit there and watch a movie. That's really what we wanted to do. I've got to build a table or something. I think I'm going to do it on the side door over here so we can set the stove up, and we need to get a different stove. This stove does not work. I've used this camping stove since the early 90s when I've gone backpacking, but it does not work for van life. So I'm going to look for a different stove. I'm going to build a table for in here. We got a lot of stuff to do. So there's going to be a lot more videos on this whole van thing, and in a couple months, we are hoping to take off to Montana. I guess in case you don't know, I live in Kansas. Haven't really said that in this video, I guess. So we are planning on driving up to Montana, hopefully spending at least 2 weeks on the road. But my point is, we got some changes we got to do to this thing. So to recap, we took the van out for the first excursion, realized we got to make some changes. So there'll be more videos on those changes. That's what I'm saying. And hopefully very soon you'll see our trip up to Montana. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, be sure to go down in the comments and let me know what you liked and didn't like in this video. I gotta learn how to do this travel vlogging stuff, so I need some feedback on that. Alright, y'all. Have a good one.